Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news is happening in Hazel Park, where 2 men have been shot and killed inside a car along John R. between 8 and 9 Mile Roads. That car was parked in the lot outside an event venue called Timeless Gallery that was holding a memorial service when the shots were fired. A manager of the venue says the victims did attend the service before they were killed. We also just learned from the city an emergency order has been signed now to close that business until further notice. So right now, no arrests. Police have not yet released information on their suspect. We will stay on it. The top story tonight at 11, another child in the city of Detroit has been shot after getting their hands on a gun.
The 3-year-old boy rushed to the hospital after shooting himself. Jason Colthorpe is live at the East Side apartment complex where this happened. Jason, do we know the boy's condition tonight?
Latest word we got on that, Karen, is he's critical. And yes, as Devin said, another child shot. And the chief of police wants people to remember that phrase, let it sink in. So maybe it's the last time we hear it for the year 2022.
It's just a tragic, sad situation.
Unfortunately, a phrase Chief James White has had to use too often in recent weeks. In this case, it refers to a 3-year-old boy shot at Martin Luther King Apartments on East Lafayette after 5 this evening.
The homeowner here, the mom of the child, had a guest come over, a relative, takes her jacket off. She's a CPL holder. The weapon is inside of the jacket. She lays the jacket down. She goes into another room with mom, and a few minutes later they hear a shot go off.
Just a week ago, DPD arrested a mother who accidentally shot her 4-year-old while cleaning her gun. On December 15th, a 2-year-old grazed by a bullet after finding a gun. Not to mention a 4-year-old shot in December and a 12-year-old hit 4 days ago in drive-by shootings. And this comes one day after White held a press conference about another teen who was gunned down and all the violence.
This is a shared responsibility. If you're going to carry a gun, there are rules to carrying a gun, and you have to do so responsibly. So another one of the Detroit's children is shot unnecessarily, by getting a hold of a weapon, and sadly we find ourselves where we are once again today.
Police now doing what they can to offer support to this family.
The family, as you can imagine, is devastated. Certainly wasn't intentional, but again, we have to make sure that we're responsible with these weapons.
Yeah, as police said, unintentional, but not necessarily something that doesn't warrant prosecution. So far, no arrests in this case. Chief White saying that isn't doing this family any good tonight. But as this investigation goes along, and that could be warranted, it could happen down the road. We're live tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Horribly sad. All right. Thank you, Jason.
We are ending the work week the same way it started. Temperatures dropping down into the single digits. Paul, we going to warm up at all this weekend?
Well, we'll warm up a little bit by the end of the weekend, but tomorrow is just going to be a downright cold day. We're cold right now. Temperatures just continuing their slide since about lunchtime, although the slide has slowed a bit. Now, we're in the teens right now area-wide, and wind chills are down, well down into the single digits. And Storm Tracker 4 is still showing what is mostly just some flurry activity. Now, it is this activity still extends all the way to Lake Huron. You don't see it because the radar is right here, and the radar beam actually is tilted up. When it gets to this point here, it's actually above the snow and can't see it. But I've been watching the Canadian radar, actually, and there are some bands still coming into St. Clair County. So up in St. Clair County near the lake, maybe you get a little dusting, but not a big deal. All right, wind chills when you wake up tomorrow morning, below 0, and then tomorrow afternoon, not a lot better. We're going to be single digits for wind chills in the afternoon, and if you have Saturday evening plans, single digits. Sunday morning, colder temperatures but warmer wind chill because lighter wind, and then by Sunday afternoon, Devin, there's your warming. Temperatures, at least feel like temperatures in the 20s. I'll be back to talk more about that big storm coming up in just a few.
Got it. All right, Paul. As cases continue to surge nationwide, the Biden administration is launching a website on which you can order free at-home COVID tests.
The website will be covidtest.gov, but it doesn't go live until Wednesday. The tests will be shipped for free within 7 to 12 days of ordering. There will be a limit of 4 per household. This comes as the COVID surge in Michigan shows no sign of slowing down. 37,114 new cases over the past 2 days. That averages out to 18,000 cases per week and is well above the numbers from the middle of the week. We did lose 251 more lives to the virus.
New video tonight shows the moments a gunman opens fire at a West Side gas station. Police say someone in a red Chrysler 300 drove through the gas station parking lot and just started shooting. A man in his 40s was hit by the gunfire. Happened early this morning on Grand River between Evergreen and McNichols. The victim, though, it's expected, is going to be okay.
A driver hits a Southfield patrol car while attempting to escape from an officer. Now, we're told the officer spotted a suspicious vehicle in a parking lot this afternoon over on Greenfield Road. The driver rammed into the cop car trying to escape, and a group of people got out of the car and ran away. They were later arrested. Police say they recovered 2 handguns and an assault rifle.
Madison Heights' newest city council member making some history. Quinn Wright is the first black council member in the 67 years the city's been running. Megan Woods joins us live with the story behind a groundbreaking moment. Megan.
Yeah, well, Quinn Wright did say that, yes, he ran for city council in November. This opportunity was unexpected. He said that he lost the race in a very close call in November, but he was appointed to that same position weeks later and made history.
You will faithfully fulfill the duties of the office of council member during your term of office according to the best of your abilities. So help you God?
I will.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
December 13th, 2021, Quinn Wright was sworn in as Madison Heights' first black city council member.
For me, when I think about in the year 2022 being the first, in a lot of ways it's unreal to believe it took this long, but at the same time, it's important to recognize that the folks of the community are now welcoming me.
But that wasn't the reason he ran for city council. He has goals in mind.
We can do something to help make our city safer and also make sure that we have policies that are considerate of the people not only on the north part of town, but the south part of town.
The opportunity to make that happen and wear this badge were put on hold when he lost the election in November.
I lost by 22 votes. And it was a hard pill to swallow because that meant that we were incredibly close, but still very far away.
Then the unexpected happened. Incumbent Bob Giddings passed away a couple of weeks after the election. Under city charter, when there is a vacancy, the person with the next highest votes is appointed to fill it. And that was Quinn Wright.
Our city council has always been very representative of the residents, but, you know, that brings a new perspective, a new life experiences.
And when you drive by Madison Heights City Hall, you'll see a sign that says City of Progress. And Wright says that is more symbolic now than ever before. His term ends in 2023, and if he wants to stay on council, he has to get elected. I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Right. All right, Megan.
Well, we have an orange barrel alert on I-75 in southwest Detroit as we head into the weekend. The 3 left lanes of northbound 75 between Springwells and Waterman, as well as the 3 left lanes on the southbound side between Waterman and Junction, are closed due to construction on the Gordie Howe International Bridge. All lanes will reopen by 5 a.m. Monday morning. There will also be nightly closures in place from Monday to Wednesday from 7 p.m. until 5 a.m. as needed. Well, the Fire and Ice Festival has kicked off at Detroit's Hazel Park along the city's riverfront.
Families can enjoy live music, fire dancers, ice sculptures, as well as costumed Renaissance characters, an ice carving competition. It's also an all-day techno dance party with neon giveaways. It's a festival that runs through Sunday, so the cold weather, maybe that'll warm you up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks fun.